a little bit internal. And I know that your company, through our discussion, sounds like that you have predominantly a millennial team that works with you. Could you speak to a little bit about being a leader to millennials, right? Being in that leadership position to a millennial team. And what should a leader be keeping in mind? Somebody who's taken on a leadership position, what should they be keeping in mind in that position so they are effective as that leader?
I would say a couple things I would just recommend, and from my own experience, I mean, I would think we touched on it prior to starting this chat, but I would say millennials have a need to be driven by purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They are driven more by purpose and their effects on whatever it is they're involved in more than they are just by money. Unlike, or even job security, like unlike prior generations, they really want to feel like they're having an impact. And the leader really needs to be delegating to them in a way while teaching them, but letting them feel like they are really having an impact, and not just feel like it, but actually allowing them to have an impact. And so, I think the old school ways of very subdivided, siloed, micro managed roles, I personally think millennials want to be more like what we have going on with our team. And, not everybody makes the cut for sure here, but allowing millennials to do multiple things and learn in multiple roles, and do multiple functions. And keep in mind too, that millennials are very tribal. So when we hear about, and it's because of this sort of digitally native theme that we keep hearing about millennials, we hear a lot about, the millennials killed this industry or they killed that industry. It's not that they killed the industry. It's just that they're more inclined to spread negative feedback, maybe even a warning. Like, look, you think about Yelp,
Yeah.
like I would say millennials and a lot of people, but millennials for sure, we're much more likely, 10 times more likely to go on and make a negative review than we are to make a positive review. It's like, if it's good, cool. If it's bad, we're going to let everybody know because we expect more. And we think, we want to put that out there. It's sort of like a built-in warning system. If you think again about that tribal nature,
right.
And so they're able to really impact industries very quickly. And you've obviously seen whatever, happen like overnight, because millennials are all in social media and they're talking, and, word can literally spread across the world in minutes. So coming back to, if you have an internal culture of millennials, making sure that you are fostering all those sort of positive vibes, giving them flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
We're big on flex time here. I've always been, far before COVID and all this work from home stuff. We've had, if you need to go home or you need to go to a doctor's, it's not even something we need to talk about. I care about the work getting done right, getting done on time, because kind of like, a very, very small version of Apple, we have, an average of 12 people touching any given account here. And so one person's work affects the other person's work. And I make sure that they all understand that. And, like, hey, you might have 6 people waiting on you right now. Mm-hmm. So like kind of fostering that team environment, a positive environment, a flexible environment, understanding as well. People have personal things come up or whatever, like that's never been a question to me.
Yeah.
And work-life balance is the last thing I'll say. I think work-life balance is super important, as something I've always tried really hard, maybe maybe not for myself as much as a lifelong entrepreneur type and business owner, but for the people that work for me, I never have wanted to be grinding people out and having them work 60 hours a week and all that stuff. Like, I think it's really important to remain refreshed, especially in what we do, which is can be very intense at times.
Mm-hmm.
When we're building a company, with a small kind of Navy SEALs type of team. So I think those are kind of the keys that I would summarize as important and really important in items that I've focused on and continue to focus on over the years as far as in my leadership role.
The tribal aspect is spot on. That was something that was very obvious to me when I was running my lighting business. I remember we had a GM that was becoming very toxic, and they reached out to me and were letting me know, and they were very much so, it's like, listen, if you're going to be incompetent, or if you're going to not, hold your weight, like, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb here. And also too, you were talking about kind of like the leave time, like if you're sick or what have you. Near the end of my term with that business, I ended up just doing unlimited sick and personal leave. It was like, listen, if you're sick, just go stay home. If you feel like you can open up your computer and do something, that's great. But, and what was interesting about that, I think the traditional manager would be like, no, people are going to abuse this. And then
it won't even get used.
It won't even get used. That's the thing. They don't even use it. Like they just, it's almost like I feel bad to use it. And
if you have a millennial team that's engaged and you kind of are following what I just laid out, you don't even have to worry about that.
No, it's amazing. It's like,
they want to come to work. There's even times where I've been like, hey, like it's, getting close to Christmas Eve or whatever, like, just go home. It's fine. Like, you don't even need to come in today. We're good. We got all our stuff done. And that's part of your role as the leader too, is I've planned ahead. I have set client expectations, and we're good. Anything that needs to be done, I can get in touch, but like, go enjoy yourself. Like, sometimes you will have to like possibly force people off your